Another day, another video, this time with Jesse Lee Peterson and his interview with one of these very, very interesting individuals who always have a certain look. But as I usually say, I am not going to talk anymore, so let us get into the video.
Were you raised with your father and mother?
Yes, I was.
Okay, you're Arabic? So you're 3 years old and you feel like a girl
Oh, yeah.
at 3 years old?
Maybe even before.
And what does a girl feel like?
I would say that I will never know biologically what it feels like to be a natural born girl or woman, but I know what it is like to feel feminine internally. And to me, femininity, from the way I was raised and brought up, femininity is, you know, just certain characteristics that I gravitate to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I just am naturally accustomed to much more than the male characteristics of, like, let's say, like aggressiveness, sports. You know what I mean?
Right.
As a kid, I never played sports. I never liked sports. You know what I mean? I was always playing with dolls and, you know, it was just a natural thing. And of course, as a kid, right away, I was taught that that was wrong. You know what I mean?
As usual, and as I always say, they always have a certain look. Some might have a stronger look than others, but they always have that look, and that look, you guys know what I'm talking about. And just because you have more feminine traits or you like more feminine things doesn't mean you're a girl. There is no way you can become a girl, and I love you all, but there is no way you can be a woman. It's really that simple.
I was put in my place by my father, who was a really strong man, an amazing man, a great man, and he fit the paradigm of what you say, where it's like mother, father, head figure, mother. That was my household.
Right.
I forget how you say it. How do you say it?
God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children.
Well, it was in all that, but he wasn't so much with the Christ because he was, you know,
Right.
Arabic. But,
Right.
you know, it was, yeah,
He
it was all
with,
that.
Allahu Akbar.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
And
right?
so, did he see you acting like a girl at 3 years old and a little older?
Yeah.
And what would he say?
I would get in trouble. I was not, it was not, you know, it was not, it was, I knew it to be something bad that I shouldn't do.
And so did you try to hide it?
Yeah, that's what happens to everybody, you know, who grows up either gay or transgender. If your family, your society isn't, you know, doesn't accept you and understand you, then of course that's what you do.
So you still feel like a woman?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that doesn't change.
And
That's
so
not gonna
you
change.
feel feminine?
Sure, yeah, of course. You know, and I think now, you know, my feeling now is that gender is evolving. Like, I kind of used to be closed, believe it or not, even look at me now, you would never guess, but I used to be closed-minded myself about gender, and I thought it had to be man, woman, or trans.
One thing that the woke and the ABCD community have successfully done is play shame in language and make certain terms negative like they always do. An example being what he just said. I was closed-minded before, as if being closed-minded is a negative thing. In some things, being closed-minded is actually a good thing. I'm closed-minded to doing drugs. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. I'm closed-minded to murder. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. They've tried to place negative labels on the word closed-minded so that when they use it against people, people will be offended by it, when closed-minded is not actually a bad thing. It depends on what you're closed-minded on. But the woke have changed language so much and changed definitions so much that now closed-minded is seen as a bad thing when it really isn't, depending on what you're closed-minded towards.
Now there's like 1,000 different genders, so a person can be gender fluid. It's not even now, it's always been, but now people have names for it and can describe it. So I don't put myself now in a box. I'm definitely transgender. I'm definitely in that category. But sometimes, like in my dating life, for example, I date men only as a full-on woman, not even like this with like boobs and hair. You know what I mean? That's the kind of the men that I attract and the men that I like. I date as a female. Now, if I'm like running errands or, you know, going to the store and all this, I don't put on all this makeup and everything. I just look like, you know, maybe the busboy that you went and served you your dinner at your restaurant. I don't know. You know, I just look very.
You look like a boy when you don't dress up?
When I don't, yeah. And I haven't done surgeries or hormones or anything, which I don't. Maybe one day I will. Who knows?
Before we get back into the video, I need everyone to turn on their post notifications so that you get notified whenever one of my videos come out. Like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. Let us get back into the video.
You know what I mean? And anybody that does, that's great. You know, but for me right now, it just hasn't, you know, it hasn't happened because, like I said, I'm not Kardashian, so I can't just go buy all these plastic surgeries and everything. And
so you still have all your boy body parts?
Oh, yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
Wow. Does that feel weird, putting on a dress and makeup and eyelashes and things like that, and then you have boy body parts?
I'll be honest with you, Jesse, the men like it.
Men like it?
No joke. The men like it.
What do you mean the men like it?
I date guys like this, but even more, like I said, feminine looking than I am now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, the men, they don't care what's from the waist below. It's kind of like a turn on for them. And I don't consider those guys gay because they're looking at me like the image of like, it's like a female, but it's like a chick with a, you know what?
You have got to be kidding me. The men who are dating you are definitely not straight men. No matter how you want to say it, no matter how you want to put it, they are just not straight, and it is what it is. The fact that you've not even done any surgery, and I'm not even saying surgery would change that, but the fact that you've not done surgery means they're attracted to men, and it is what it is. They're attracted to men, but they are definitely not straight. And for you to delude yourself to believe otherwise is interesting.
I don't want to cuss around here, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to be respectful. You're a pastor and everything,
that.
So I'm not, you know what I mean?
So you're not normal. I mean, being a transgender, man dressing in women's clothes and like this, and women dressing in men's clothes is not a normal thing. It's due to a trauma. You know, something's happened along the way, and you overreact it, and you become like what you overreact to. It's not like normal for a man to dress like a woman or feel that way, or a woman to dress and feel like a man.
That's your perception and your analysis. If you should, and I prayed before this interview that maybe you would open my mind a little bit and maybe I would open yours.
Right.
So if God is listening, I hope God will enter your heart right now and just open it up a little bit to maybe feel what it's like to be in my shoes instead of just looking at it from your shoes, because you were born comfortable the way you are. So you don't know what that feels like. So to just say that this is just a feeling and it's not the real thing is not really fair, because you didn't go through it. So you don't know.
But it's not the real thing. I mean, I understand the trauma, but
there ain't no trauma. What's the trauma?
I'll tell you what the trauma is in a minute, but it's not normal. It's not the real thing. But in your mind, it may seem to be real because of, you know, the trauma. Maybe you're too close to your mother, or you resented your father, and you.
I love my parents. I don't have no resentment.
Were you molested or anything as a child?
No.
No. So was your mother an angry woman while she was pregnant with you?
No. My parents are the epitome of like the perfect nuclear family. Like my dad was a working dad. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was a very, strong and wonderful man. My dad is an educated. He's PhD. He's engineer.
Jesse does not hold back with the questions he asks. I'm surprised that he even asked that question regarding the person's childhood. I would be very doubtful that you grew up in a very conservative household with the way that you turned out, and that's just my opinion, but I would say otherwise.
I don't know what, like, this trauma that you're looking for or whatever is your explanation. That's what I'm trying to, you came up with this equation like trauma equals transgender.
Right.
And like, I'm trying to tell you, and I hope I can open your heart to see that that's not what it is. It's just the way that, just like you have dark hair, I'm transgender. Just like, you have brown eyes, it's not even a big deal.
But I don't feel my hair and eyes. I'm not feeling anything about it. But let me ask,
you would be feeling something about it if the rest of society, if there wasn't one other person on earth with dark hair and dark eyes. In other words, if you were the minority, because transgender, we are the minority. but it doesn't mean it's not normal. You know what I mean? So it's just like an albino person, right? Might feel something about their albinoness because they stand out.
But you know why they feel that way, right? Because society will tease them about it, or whatever they do. That person would become angry about it, being treated that way. And the moment you become angry about it, it awakens something inside of you, those emotions, because in that very moment that you become angry, you're traumatized. And so it awakens those emotions, and now you don't feel like yourself anymore. You feel like a transgender.
I disagree.
No, that's what caused it.
I disagree.
But
what caused
someone
it
teased
is
him
God made me this way and loves me this way, and it's a miracle.
Why do you
everybody who's watching who is a transgender or is a gay person, don't ever think that it's caused by nothing but nature and God loves you.
So you think God made you a male, and he would confuse you like that to make you think you're a female?
No, see, God didn't confuse me. What confused me was my parents and everybody else telling me that there's something wrong with me, and even, you know what I mean, and that, or you know, it doesn't confuse me now because I know who I am. But you know, you telling people that trauma caused it, that's what confuses people.
The only people who have to try and convince the world that there's something that they're not are people who are confused. I don't have to convince people that I'm black, and if people were to say otherwise, I know the truth. I don't have to go out and tell the world that I'm black when I know I am. I don't have to tell the world that I am a man when people already know that. I don't have to convince people of what is true. I don't really have to do it. The truth will fight for itself. I don't have to do much. The people who are confused have to go around telling other people what we have known for thousands of years to be a lie. They have to go around and say that's not true. You can be a man when you're a woman, and you can be a woman when you're a man, when that's just not the case.
But the feelings that people have are who they are. I mean, nobody just, no. Also, Jesse, let me just, one more thing. I pray that this helps you understand. Would somebody really go against everything that you call normal, like all this society, the way people dress, the way people are, husband, wife, the way things are? Would somebody who's growing up and trying to fit in the world really go against all that if it wasn't really the truth of who they were?
They would not.
As I've said in all my videos, I'm not going to be the person to lie to people to cater to their feelings. I'm going to tell you the truth because of the fact that I actually love you and I want to help you. People who lie to you and say that your feelings are true and your feelings is what's reality are the ones who truly do not care about you, because they'll lie to you in replacement of your feelings. Feelings are fleeting. Tomorrow they change, the next day they don't. Truth always remains, and truth will always be here. But anyway, that was another video, another reaction. As I usually say, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video as much as possible, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on X/Twitter at YinkaThatGuy, and I am out.